Alright, we're on the 4th floor with Sora, and I'm going to choose Wonderland for this floor. Why? Well, I want to kind of get back onto the basis of doing the worlds in the correct order just to make sure my EXP totals are okay. That said, if you don't mind your EXP being a little smaller, and you've got 9s, 8s, and 7 cards in your deck, you might want to trade this floor for Halloween Town, which will be my last one. And Halloween Town does contain the Oogie Boogie card, which is a nice card, and he's an easy boss to beat as long as you got the right cards. But I'm going to choose Wonderland for this stage, and I should tell you up front, I hate this stage. With a burning passion do I hate this stage. Be prepared, you have enemy cards that can do 6 and attack you from the ground. Then you have these little trumpet heartless that are new, which can blow their trumpet and both heal other enemies and call in new reinforcements. And then the trickster is a pain in the butt to beat, and his card is one of the most worthless boss cards in the game. So prepare yourself for a challenge. Alright, what are the obstacles to be aware of in this stage? Like Hercules, there are some obstacles in the overworld that you need to be aware of. Some rooms have these yellow plants that shoot out pollen that will confuse you if you get hit. Another thing you have to watch out for are these purple plants that will block doors until you find them and destroy them inside the room. So those are just a few of the obstacles to be aware of. This stage isn't too bad when it comes to the outside obstacles, but there are a few to be aware of. Now on to the bounty room. In this room you will pick up the stop card. It is a useless card on its own, but there are a few sleights that you can use with it that you'll learn later in the game that make this a valuable card. However, right now, don't worry about putting it in your deck, it's kind of useless. I should remind you that the very first story room that you will encounter on this stage will contain a battle against some card soldiers. Treat this as just an ordinary battle that's a little harder than normal. They don't use sleights, but they can use cards that are above 5, so they can break a little easier than normal. Still, they don't use projectiles or anything like that, so they're pretty easy to beat. Just use some sleights of your own and they'll go down without a hitch. After beating these cards, you will get a card soldier card. I never use it much. I think it increases your speed of your attacks, but I never bother putting it in my deck. I just save my deck cards for other boss cards that are a little bit more powerful than this. I don't usually meddle around with enemy cards anyways, because I usually see them as a waste of CP. Still, if you think you might want to use the ability, put it in your deck. It's not a terrible one. Alright, let's move on to the boss here. He is a pain in the butt to beat. His weak point is his head. That will do the most damage. It will also stun him and he'll drop HP orbs. But you can also hit him kind of around the crotch and chest area too if you can reach him. Here's where high jump really comes in handy. It's hard to beat this guy if you only have the regular jump. That's why I suggest waiting until we were done with Monstro before we head in and fight this guy. So prepare for a long fight. Anyways, like I suggested, keep on jumping up and trying to hit him in the head. You should also look out for gimmick cards. They're kinda handy. This guy will occasionally bash in that table, making it harder for you to hit him. A gimmick card will bring that back. After you have succeeded in destroying him and getting his card, and it will take some patience, because this guy doesn't have many strategies, but at the same time, he doesn't have many weaknesses, so just keep humbling him when you can, use gimmick cards when you can, and when you finally destroy him, you'll get the worthless Trickster card. Take it and leave the level. So what is Trickster, and why do I consider it a pile of crap? Well, Trickster comes with a ability called Value Break. Basically, if an enemy breaks your card, their card value is lowered. I guess this would be great if Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories had any type of multiplayer mode like the GBA did, but it does not, so just set it aside, it's worthless. You can of course return to Wonderland to use the Room to Rewards cards to get the move Synchro. Now I'm not quite sure exactly what Synchro is supposed to do. It says it somehow sets the HP of enemies to certain targets. Again, I don't know its usefulness. I'm kind of more of a direct slight type of guy. I'd like to see the direct damage rather than use these tricks, but if that's the type of deck you're building, then go for it. Well, that's it for this floor. I'll see you on the next floor, which is agrabah.